We got more Steelers training camp activity to keep you updated on. It's a Saturday, but the grind doesn't stop for Big Deke news. First, we have a couple unfortunate injuries. First with Chase Claypool with a shoulder. It's deemed to be not that serious. And then we got second-year tight end Pat Freiermuth with a hamstring injury. He could take as much time as he needs before he gets back. You don't want to mess with the hamstring. That thing could come back to bite you at some point in the season. And in terms of the on-field play, from what I'm hearing, Mason is the top dog in the quarterback room. Threw a couple nice touchdowns yesterday. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he's the top dog on the quarterback depth chart after 3 days, but it seems like he has been the most consistent and the most impressive. So he's just as in this QB race as anyone else.
Yeah, Mason, all the receivers say he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks. Like, it's crazy how accurate he is, just as in the running as each of those guys.
But Steeler Nation, if it is Mason, how does that make you feel? It seems like everyone has written him off. They either want him cut, traded, never in a Steelers uniform again. But hear me out on this. If Mason does get the starter's role in week 1 and actually does play well, wouldn't this be a Steel City style of redemption? You get beaten down, actually literally a couple times that first season that he started. You get benched for Duck, you got some injuries, rough patches, the city disowns you, and you end up rising above it. Isn't that toughness? Isn't that grittiness? Isn't that what Pittsburgh's all about? And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that how Terry B's career started? But I get it, it's early, and I haven't been the biggest Mason defender of all time either. I just think he gets way too much unnecessary hate. And if he does actually win the job week 1, it definitely means he's deserving. He had to win out this competition, overcome all the challenges, show some mental toughness, obviously. And if he is the starter, he actually, in my opinion, I've said this in the past, has a pretty decent shot of playing well. So all I'm really saying is just don't count him out just yet. I made the headline a couple days ago on Big Deke News, is George Pickens wide receiver 1. It was a little tongue-in-cheek, but at the same time, I thought still fair given that Deontay Johnson is doing a hold-in, so he wasn't really on the field. And George Pickens was slated as our starting outside receiver on the depth chart. But now, that statement is legit as ever. You want to talk about an upgrade and actually redeeming a whole number? We got Limas Swede, who wore number 14, Sammy Coates, Derek Moy, and then just recently Ray McLeod. Wouldn't be surprised if this is number 14's final stop before it officially gets retired, 15, 16 years down the line. I mean, look at this catch. And then lastly, we got some potential free agent activity. The Steelers brought in 4 guys for a workout yesterday. Running back Josh Adams, defensive tackle Mike Panansuik, defensive tackle Haudi Patutua, and running back Jordan Howard. Obviously, Jordan Howard headlines this group, being a former Pro Bowler with the Chicago Bears years ago. And the others really don't have that much experience in the NFL, so I'm really not going to talk about them. But what I do find interesting is they got 2 players of the same position out of the 4. Running back and defensive tackle. So the Steelers must really be looking to add someone in those rooms one way or another. The thing I forgot about is how good Jordan Howard actually is. I mean, and it's not even just for one season whenever you look back. It was multiple seasons. He's still only 27. His injury history is really not that bad at all. He could be the upgraded or the better version of Jeremy McNichols for us. Well, actually, I'd even go a step further. He'd just be a better flat-outright running back. I think he could do everything Jeremy McNichols does, catching the ball, but at the same time, he's just a better runner of the football. Dude had, look at his Football Reference, 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, 900 yards, 9 touchdowns, in 3 consecutive seasons. And then he goes to Philly. The production falls off a little bit, but at the same time, still has 4.4 yards per carry. And he missed games, so really not all that bad at all. And then in 2020, I don't know what the hell happened. He splits time between 2 teams. He's with the Eagles and then the Dolphins. But then in 2021, he's back with the Eagles exclusively. And again, has a solid season. He missed the first half, but then he came on strong at the end. Averaged 4.7 yards per carry. And this could be a really good fit because we don't need him carrying the workload that he did way back in Chicago. It's more along the lines of what he did last year. Could he give us like 100, 150 carries, just something to spell Najee and actually still be productive? Because we still see when he's getting the touches, he is efficient and he's getting the yards per carry. So yeah, I would be ecstatic about this signing and hope it happens. I mean, he could be good competition not only for Benny Snell, but also as that change of pace style back that we've been talking about. But that's it for Big Deke News on a Saturday. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this Jordan Howard signing happens at some point. Again, this would be another really good move by Omar Khan and just our front office this whole offseason. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, hope you enjoyed. Stay chilling. Peace.